Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Dragon Champion video, guys. Today we're gonna continue our series again about human characters with another human character review. Today we're gonna be talking about Robin Bad, a character that often is left really underrated because Robin Bad can actually be a very solid character for raid with the TMR and also for the Mordoom event with this pretty much guaranteed counter attack. It can actually be very solid. But before we get into the details, guys, if you are level 15 or below, make sure to use the promo code STARCO to get $10 worth of freebies. To do so, it is very simple, guys. You go in settings and use promo code and you enter the word STARCO, STARKO. You press OK and you will receive $10 worth of free stuff, which include, among other things, 500 drag coins and 250,000 gold, which is amazing when you start early in the game. It really gives you a huge boost to progress as fast as possible. So don't forget to use that promo code, guys. Now let's jump in here. Today we're going to be talking about Robin Bad. Like I was talking about, Robin Bad power is actually very low. That's often a reason why people don't actually care about him, is because they start working on him and they're like, man, his power does not get that high. This is definitely true, but that does not take away from him that he can actually have a very strong performance in some situation like battlegrounds, raids with the TMR team, and definitely against the Mordoom event. So definitely worth thinking about investing in him if you don't have the most powerful human characters already right now. So we're going to talk about the skills, guys, first, and then we're going to go in the runes and the artifacts. So first we're going to go with the first skills. You're attacking me. So Robin Bad has a 25% chance to counter attack enemies plus 5% chance for each living human in the party. So basically, if you're running with the full human team, it is a 50% chance to counter attack enemies plus the Salius leadership, which pretty much give him 100% chance to actually counter attack enemies, which is pretty damn amazing. That's if you have him built properly and a lot of critical chance and a lot of critical damage, well, he's gonna hit like a monster every time he counterattacks. So this is definitely an amazing skill, a very important skill to get to level 6, because if you don't have it to level 6, you lose pretty much 25% chance to counterattack, which is a lot. Second skills we have is third skills, Cunning Fox. Gain a critical damage increase and apply it to all allies for 2 turns, which is amazing. And Robin Bad gain a damage increase for 2 turns. All allies recover 20% of their turn meter. So not only it gives critical damage increase to the whole team, but also damage increase to himself, and all allies recover 20% of the turn meter. That is amazing support ability, one of the strongest human support ability, by the way. And also, if you don't get this level, this skills to level 6, you can see what's happened. You'll lose the 20% turn meter up for all allies. So this is another skills that is very important to get to level 6. Then you have the second skills, Yo Mama, deal 270% of physical damage to 3 enemies. Robin Bad has a 40% chance to gain critical chance increase for 2 turns. So 40% chance to get critical chance increase is not that high, but still it is pretty solid. And also, if you already have amazing critical chance on him, that is just going to be an addition, but he's still going to be able to do quite a good amount of damage. And you can see here deal 270% of physical damage to 3 enemies. That means he's going to do a lot of damage to 3 enemies, because with this critical damage and high critical chance, that is gonna hurt a lot on those 3 enemies. Now his disability is worth getting up to level 6. It is definitely good at level 6, but I think level 5 is good enough for disability if you don't have the scrolls. Now last, the first ability, which is the TMR ability, Bullseye. Deal 260% of physical damage to an enemy. This attack cannot be dodged or guaranteed to actually hit unless you have a blind on yourself. A critical hit decreases the target turn meter by 20%. So if you have high critical chance, well, you will have a lot of chance to actually decrease the turn meter by 20% for the enemy. And also, if you don't get this ability to level 6, you lose the TMR. So this ability is going to be very, very important to get to level 6 too. So the priority to get to level 6 on this character pretty much is a skill. Actually, it's going to be skill number 3, Cunning Fox. I think that is the most important, because the damage increase to all eyes and the 20% turn meter. Then after that is going to be your attacking means to have pretty much with Solus Lead 100% chance to counter attack. And last, you're going to have the TMR ability Bullseye, which is going to be priority number 3. And then you have this skills priority number 4 if you want to waste the scroll on this ability. Now, how do you play this guy? It's pretty simple. First turn, you're going to be using your mama to have a chance to get that critical chance increase. Then second turn, since this ability starts with 1 turn cooldown, you're going to use that on the second turn. And then after that, you're going to use any ability that is available on cooldown pretty much. So that is pretty much how you want to play this little fella. Now for runes, this guy needs speed, critical chance. As primary, what you really want to go get is speed, obviously, critical chance, and damage. You see, I'm not perfectly set up for this guy, but we're still going to explain what we want to see in those primaries. So first primary, we have the northeast primary, which is speeds. As usually speed is the #1 choice for that primary on anybody, with a few exceptions that we talk about on our characters with you on those specific characters. This ability, you can go with either critical chance or critical damage. I prefer critical chance to be able to trigger that TMR more efficiently. That is why I put critical chance on this one. And then the third primary, it is not potency, guys. Well, potency can actually be very useful for the TMR, but I will rather to see damage there. But potency can actually do a very good job too. If you build this guy to be in a TMR team for raids, this is definitely what you want to set him up as a primary here. But if you want to build this guy for more Doom event, you are better to go with damage there. Or if you want to build for Battleground, still damage there will be a little bit better. But for raids, definitely potency is the key, because potency affects the rate at which you will be applying that turn meter reduction. So very important. Now what's important for the secondary stat, it is a pretty simple, guys. Priority #1, critical chance. Priority #2, speed. And priority #3, potency for the TMR. And then after that, whatever you can get on that. Now if we take a look at my gears, we have critical chance, potency here, critical chance, damage is always useful, potency, speed, damage, speed, that's it. Not much here, but that's the best I had with the critical chance for that rune. And then here you can see critical chance, speed, potency, and again here damage and critical chance. So you can see the pattern. Critical chance is a very, very, very important, and then potency and speed are very important. But after that, you can see here without buff, he's running with 63.79% critical chance. So really, really high chance to actually get a critical hit, which will help in doing more damage and help in doing the TMR, the turn meter reduction on your opponent. And then if we look at the rest, guys, here the potency is around 61%. 60% is usually what you are looking for on the characters like that. So 60% is pretty great. If you can get that higher, it's always better, but 60% is pretty much the target. And the speed, I will be honestly, I'll be more comfortable if that speed was over 180, but 177 speed, it is not that bad, especially with the ability that will grant you increase your turn meter by 20% and reduce the opponent turn meter by 20%. That actually help a lot with a little bit lower speed. So this is pretty much the rune for this guy. So 4 speed runes with 2 critical chance rune, which I think is the best setup for him. And then if we talk about artifact, you want to go critical chance and you want to go HP. Why? Because you can see his HP is very, very low. And then with 3200 HP from this artifact, he is still below 20,000 HP, so he will die very, very easily. So HP is mandatory on that artifact, and you want to have critical chance against to get more critical hit, as always, because if you take that critical chance away from this artifact, this guy will be around 55% critical chance, which is not as good as 63, obviously. So critical chance and HP is very, very important for this guy, and plus landing a critical hit increase critical damage by 4% for Robin Band and stack up. I think it's stacked when it says 4 times per battle, so 4% for Robin Band. So not only does this artifact gives you critical chance and HP, but it also native ability for Robin Band, which is actually perfect for him in this instance. So that is pretty much the build for Robin Band, guys. If you have any question, comment, feedback, let me know in the comment section. I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for our amazing daily content for a Dragon Champion, obviously, so you can get notified when the new content gets released. And guys, again, thank you for watching this channel. You all enjoy your time playing Dragon Champion, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.